Look, I just feel like doing something different at the moment, okay? As you've probably noticed, my channel, the one I'm currently on, my main channel, is going downhill a bit. The last few days, it got, in fairness, a lot better, but yeah, that's not the topic for now. Also, winter just begun, and always when it gets from hot to cold over the course of a few days, then I'm feeling a little bit downslopey, you know. So I thought for anyone who feels familiar, just to lighten the mood, I'm gonna look at some very, very cursed locomotive images of WDTX 1402, just like Harrison of Colorado did. Also 1402, for your information, I'm not making any profit from this video or any other videos I'm posting on my channel as of now, because my channel is just there for, the fun of it, because I love trains, and I also love humor, so I thought this would be a very good combination to look at this. So, please don't cancel me. Thank you. Anyway, let's look at some of the most cursed locomotive images that WDTX 1402 ever created. Okay, I'll admit, since I'm German, not American, I don't directly recognize the railroad, but if I see it correctly, it's Go Transit. But I gotta say, in terms of looks, it looks pretty cool. Nothing against it. Bro, you have no idea how cool this actually is. This arguably is the best Photoshop this guy has ever done. Santa Fe all the way. I could see this being reality if the Southern Pacific still existed. That would have been definitely nice, although it gives me John Henry vibes. Don't question why, you know why. 5, 6, 6A and 6B. This right here would definitely bring in a lot more variety to Brightline. I do not know the railroad, but the paint looks cool nonetheless. A Canadian National cowl unit on BNSF definitely would look fire. Going the Amtrak way, I see, but Canadian. This indeed could have happened if CN kept their passengers and VIA became freight, or maybe even if VIA did both passenger and freight. All I can say to this is 3, 2, 1. Seriously though, what the fuck? I get it's a joke, but come on, you can do better. Oh, I see. Another what if in Amtrak's history. Yeah, I can see this as a rather cool mixture of two separate GEs. Fire paint scheme on a Justice Fire GG1 kinda reminds me of the paint scheme the Deutsche Bahn has and the Deutsche Bundesbahn had before. Oh my god, it's the MBTA! They got an EP5! They got the 4977! Hooray! But seriously though, this is so cool. I wish this happened in real life. Maybe one of them would have been preserved like that. Again looks nice, but this kinda looks to me like a modern GE high hood unit hybrid or whatever this is. Also CSX, more like SEX. This should be real, end of story, we need this IRL. I guess they should change their song to All Aboard I'm Stuck at this point. Yeah, I sold with that one, sorry. Considering that we have these electrics in Germany as well, I'm probably a little bit biased, but I think it looks alright. What the flying fuck? No sir, don't scrap him, I'll pay the ransom, I promise. Now this is what I call a paint scheme on an old EMD. This scheme is also pretty cool, I gotta say. Yeah, what if? What if the Southern Pacific Santa Fe merger actually happened? Hell no, don't pair these two, period. Also looks pretty nice, I guess. Now that, if it were real, would be really fire. Ludmilla, wer hat dich umbemannt? This would actually also look cool on Amtrak's trains, not gonna lie. My dear old friend Harrison of Colorado, how much should we bribe the Union Pacific paint shops to accidentally paint one of these This EMD Pepsi can 6-axle sight makes it an even bigger shame that Amtrak stopped using 6-axle power ever since the last time they did it, which was the General Electric P30CH, or Pooch, which was finally fully retired and scrapped in 1992. No, seriously, Amtrak, bring back 6-axle power. I don't know if this paint scheme ever really existed, but it looks pretty cool nonetheless. Damn, Mr. Mechanic, I told you this is what would happen if Alstom and EMD had a baby. Yet another livery I know nothing about, but still, nice idea for a charger. What? The actual This makes me feel even more like when CN still had passenger travel, they should have gotten like P42 DCs or other Genesis series if they still had that in the 1990s, but as we know, CN closed passenger travel in 1978. I believe it was 78? Yeah? Anyway, so yeah, this never came to be, but this looks cool, man. Come on, Amtrak, what are you waiting for? Make it reality. That one's a nice idea too. I hope this ever comes to fruition. Oh, now that is a livery I would love to see on an early EMD. I don't know why, but all the time I see the Cascade livery, I get coffee shop vibes. The hour train sucked, but not gonna lie, I love that livery. If Windows actually did that, I could imagine the crashes would increase on railroads. By the way, I wasn't actually joking. That Amtrak paint scheme is also nice, seriously. This paint scheme is yet one more reason why Penn Central should have never become a thing, because I personally believe the F40PH looks insanely cool in this, not gonna lie. Oh, yet another baby hybrid from 2 other companies. You know, at this point I believe it's less the mixture that's cursed and more the way the locomotive itself looks like by default. No paint scheme really fits onto it. Please don't cancel me to anyone who is a fan of this. I respect you. But man, I just can't get over that build. I would neither be surprised to see this really one day on a charger, nor would I mind it at all. In fact, it looks kinda neat. And here it is if it was in Japan. This Metro paint scheme would surely look nice too on the F40PH. This looks a little bit weird, but the coloration is pretty nice. Ah, greetings from my Canadian friends. This should be real. All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ! Ah, I'm just giving history in the dark a conniption. Bro, that ain't even cursed, it's just beautiful. UPNS, 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 more like your penis. For real though, let the merger never actually happen. Please. Nice, let it become reality. What the heck? Yet another livery I'd love to see on Amtrak locomotives. Yet another beautiful livery take with BC Rail, this time with the ALC 42. Looks cool as well. Gotta say, this GE and this paint scheme go very well together. Considering the timeline laying between when the Genesis series were built and the Southern Pacific went bust, it is very well possible that this could have happened. Would you like some more nightmare fuel history in the dark? Or instead, how about your arch-enemy's Russia darkness? Okay, I'll stop the torture, because look at this cool Amtrak paint scheme.
The Milwaukee Road.
Not gonna lie, that would be a truly nice addition to Coaster. Yet another example of a loco and a livery going well together. And here we have the cool livery of very horrible times on the New Haven. How much should I bribe the UP paint shop? You know what, at this point I'm just going back to finding rare train film tapes. Like, I'm done.